Can you make money in trucking? It's a question I get asked all the time on my TikToks, my YouTube comments, all over the place. Everybody's just asking, can you still make money in trucking? So let's talk about this today. Let's break everything down and let's find out if you can really still make money in trucking. In today's market, there are so many rising costs like fuel, insurance, repairs, that it's super hard to really make money in trucking right now. On top of all these other things like the bad market, the bad freight brokers, freight guard reports for no reason, they'll mess your company up in a drop of a dime. I mean, there's so many negative things out there today that it really is super hard to be profitable in trucking. And then obviously you got low freight rates and overcapacity. I mean, for the last 3 years, trucking has been really bad. So the brokers and the shippers and direct customers have really been taking advantage of these low rates. It is starting to change a little bit for the last couple, like maybe 3 to 4 weeks, but overall it's been super bad with that for sure. Then you got oversupply and overcapacity, right? With all the visas and all this other stuff, cheap labors with the drivers as well. Now we're finally starting to see some changes with that. But overall, for the last 3 years, it's been getting really bad. So these are a few more things that are really like turning it and making it very hard to stay profitable or be profitable in trucking. And also, if you're just starting off, you're a new company, you got like 1 or 2 trucks, it's gonna be hard for you to get loads because nobody wants to work with a new company. It's definitely gonna be hard for you to get direct customers and shippers because they won't want to talk to you unless you got 20 plus trucks at least before they even start to say a word to you. So overall, like, there's a lot of stuff that's working not in your favor. So it's also very hard for new people that are starting off to get any kind of traction, which obviously does not allow them to make profit right away. It takes time to build it up. But in the meantime, while you're building it up, you're taking losses, and not a lot of people can withstand these losses. So it turns out they're gonna have to shut their doors. Also, statistics show that between 70 to 85% of new companies or owner operators fail within the first year and up to 90% within the first 2 years. Those numbers are horrible. So just by looking at those numbers, you can kind of get the gist of how hard it is to make it in trucking. And then when you actually look at your operating expenses and how much it costs you to operate compared to what you're actually making, I mean, a lot of times these numbers are crazy and don't make sense whatsoever. So for example, dry vans, right? If the national average right now is like at $2.03 per mile, and it costs you like, $1.80, $1.90, $2 to operate, just think about how much money that is and how much barely you're making. And that doesn't even take into consideration if anything happens, if you blow an engine or any kind of major repairs. So these like profit margins are slim, if any, and it's super, super hard to stay profitable right now. I know I brought this up earlier, but between honestly fuel and insurance costs, which are probably 2 of the like highest factors of money you have to spend to keep a trucking company open, and just how they keep going up and up and up, especially insurance. Obviously fuel fluctuates, but the insurance rates seem like every single year they keep on getting more and more expensive. And it's getting to the point where it's hard to stay in business if you have to pay so much for insurance. I know so far this video has been a whole bunch of like negative stuff, but I mean, right now, honestly, it's all negative. There is some positives. Obviously, if this is what you want to do, you know what, just get into it, jump into it. Because if you already want to do it, you want to do it regardless, better do it now than keep on waiting because there's going to be no good time. Whether you jump in now or you jump in later, if you're meant to succeed, you're going to succeed. So if this is something you want to do, hey, I'm not stopping you, go ahead and do it. But I wanted to go over all the negative things, obviously, and let's talk about some of the positive things. Because if you get like in a niche market, or if you have like accounts, or like shippers, or if you're doing like specialized equipment, I mean, there's a lot of different things that you do in trucking to make money. Because obviously, if you're good with your finances, you know how to keep track of your overhead expenses, your operating expenses. If you're good in all that stuff and you're still good at booking freight, yes, you could make it. Obviously, the numbers are against you, but hey, there's always a possibility. I mean, I can honestly tell you the last 3 years have been absolutely horrible for me. Probably the worst 3 years in trucking that I've ever seen. We have been taking a lot of losses. Somehow we're still fighting, trying to make it back. But the only positive thing that I see out of this is I think the worst is behind us, and I think there is some positivity ahead of us. And I do think that the trucking market is going to continue getting a little bit better. So it is going to open up more opportunities for people to actually be profitable in it. So if this is something you're thinking about and you want to do, hey, you might as well just jump in and try it. What's the worst that could happen? You fail, right? But if you don't fail, you don't try, you'll never succeed. So if you want to do it and you guys are thinking about doing it, go ahead, jump in. Good luck. I'll see you guys in the next video.